FNAF and Roblox are two things that are very popular with kids, especially Roblox.
Banned for 3 days! You gotta be kidding me!
Thanks to this, there are a lot of FNAF games on Roblox, many of which aren't even horror games. So, since the franchise turns 10 this month, in this video, I'm gonna take a look at 5 Roblox FNAF games, each in a different genre, starting with...
Be advised, enemies have deployed Fredbear.
Five Nights CD is a tower defense game of the hit game Balloons TD6, but with Fredbear. I really like tower defense games, so I actually did enjoy this one. When you start a game, you have the option to pick between 1, 2, and 3. 2 and 3 are locked, so I had to pick 1. Once I picked number 1, I started the first night. I decided to play on hard difficulty because I'm a tower defense pro, okay? I blackboarded all of the beginner maps in Balloons TD6, except that one. The goal of Five Nights at Freddy's is to put down a tower like Freddy from Fortnite in order to stop the enemies. The enemies that show up here are zombified versions of the FNAF 1 animatronics. You can also upgrade towers if you have enough money. To get money, you have to either deal damage to enemies or start the next round early. Anyways, I kept selling Freddy and putting him down somewhere else because the zombie Bonnies had a lot of health and they weren't dying, so I ended up running out of money and had to leave the game. Okay, so you know what, maybe hard difficulty was a bit too hard, you know, but I can totally beat the night on medium mode. Maybe I should just play on easy mode. With the exception of Bonnie, each zombie animatronic has something that makes them unique. Zombie Foxy is fast and has 60 more health points, while Zombie Chica is a bit slower but has 150 health points. Each time the game ends with a boss fight. I played the game's first 2 nights, and Night 1 boss fight is Mangled Bonnie, while Night 2's boss fight is Inflated Cupcake. I don't really care much for Cupcake's design, but Mangled Bonnie looks pretty cool. When you beat a night, you get an epic 4-night victory crown as well as some money. With money, you can do some gambling to get a new character. The gambling machine only has 6 characters available at a time, but the characters do change every once in a while. I wish you could just buy the characters instead of having a gamble for them, especially since some of them are stupidly rare, but whatever, I guess. You can enchant your towers like in Minecraft, so that's cool, I guess. And there's even an endless mode, which is also cool, but I wish there was an option to go into endless mode right after beating a night, like in Balloons TD6. Also, didn't realize this until I was looking over footage, but there's an option to turn on jump scares, so if you want to get a Freddy Fazbear jump scare while playing a tower defense game, you can turn that on, I guess. Five Nights City is a fun tower defense game, though I do wish you didn't have to gamble to get new characters. The next game I'm going to talk about is Find FNAF Movie 1 and 9 Morphs. There are 2 maps to explore, those being the movie map and the basic map, both of which had the most cursed thumbnails of all time. I decided to start with the movie map, and I was greeted by the most insane spawn area I've ever seen in a game. So first, I saw some guy in a glitch trap mask that was like hypnotizing someone, I think, and then I saw a guy in a tank and Huggy Wuggy from Poppy Playtime carrying someone, and when I turned around, I saw Pomni Digital Circus and what I think is a character from Skibbity Toilet. Whatever, I'm just gonna ignore this and find some awesome FNAF morphs. I'm sorry, is that Grimace?
I just got the Grimace shake. Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Anyways, in the game you have to find golden cupcakes and collect them in order to get a new morph. That's pretty much it. There are random NPCs that you can fight, but I don't actually think they give you anything, and fighting them isn't exactly very fun, so I'm not exactly sure why they're here. Also, why is this called the movie map? I assume they're referring to the FNAF movie because what else would they be referring to? But the pizzeria here looks nothing like it does in the movie. Like, not only is the pizzeria's layout different, but there are posters for the toy animatronics, a character, and a random pizza guy, none of which are in the movie. Then there's the basic map, which, well, it's something. The back rooms are here for some reason. Why are the back rooms here? And the back rooms have a portal that take you to a different dimension or something. Also, there's an underground neighborhood in the back rooms. What? Okay, I can't move on from this game without talking about the models because some of them are just the most cursed things ever. My personal favorites are Toy Bonnie and Toy Freddy because they look like this. Also, for some reason, this part of Roxy's hair is gray, even though it should be green.
Boy, I really hope somebody got fired for that blunder.
I can't imagine doing modeling stuff in Roblox is easy, but honestly, I'm glad that the models came out the way they did because they look very funny. Speaking of which, Funtime Freddy's walk cycle makes me laugh. Find FNAF Movie 1 and 9 Morphs is a neat little scavenger hunt game that is also just slightly unhinged. Well, time for the next game. I couldn't think of a transition for this one. I had one planned originally, but I decided it sucked, so I removed it. I guess that transition will remain a mystery. In FNAF Murder Mystery, you are in Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and you must complete certain tasks while avoiding a mysterious murder. I wasn't very good at doing that. However, there are other roles, such as Sherlock Gnomes, where you have to look for clues to solve the murder mystery, and a security guard where you have to find and kill the murderer. I wasn't very good at doing that. This game feels more like a FNAF version of Among Us instead of Murder Mystery, thanks to the addition of the tasks you have to do. And honestly, the addition of the tasks makes me like this game a bit more than the actual Murder Mystery. There's not really a lot of stuff to do in that game other than, you know, run away, unless you're the murderer or sheriff. But in this game, you do tasks and run away. Also, the game has a special mode in the form of Double Trouble, where there's 2 murderers and 2 sheriffs, and I was actually sheriff for a Double Trouble round. for like 30 seconds until I died. There could be other modes, but if there are, I didn't get them. The game has at least 3 maps, but I only got to see 2 because everyone kept voting for the Fred's map except one time. Both of the maps I played were pretty good. They're based off FNAF 1 and 3, and there's a lot of detail put into them. FNAF Murder Mystery is a pretty fun game. I'm not exactly sure why this game's like rate is 76% because there's a lot more fun to be had here than other games with more likes. Roblox has a lot of FNAF roleplay games. I'm pretty sure there are more FNAF roleplay games than FNAF horror games. Out of all the games, I decided to play the game Fredbear's Mega Roleplay just because it was the one with the most players. I started the game and then I was greeted by T-posing Freddy, and then I clicked play and got kicked out. Once I actually got into the game, I decided to play as Bonnie because sure, why not? I don't really play roleplay games. I'd much rather play a real game like Geometry Dash. So as a result, I wasn't exactly sure what to do. I'm pretty sure that in order to do a roleplay, you have to talk to someone, but no one in chat was talking, and I wasn't going to start a conversation, so I kind of just ran around. At one point I went to the stage to perform with Withered Chica, but then she just walked away, so
I read about.
However, then I found a spin with Ruined Roxy and Ruined Chica inside of it, but when I tried to salvage it, it said I needed to be a mechanic. As far as I'm aware, there isn't any way to change your character without respawning, so that sucks, but it doesn't really matter in this case because I got kicked out anyways. I came back as a mechanic and I wanted to salvage the junk. However, in order to do that, I needed to do the Faz Wrench puzzle from Ruined, so that was pretty cool, I guess. Anyways, once I did that, I unlocked Ruined Roxy and Chica. Also, for some reason, I had Ruined Freddy, so I don't know, I just played as them. I wanted a prize counter and got tasked with finding Toy Bonnie, and I found him in the corner of the room, which I found really funny. The pizzeria is pretty big, but you can teleport to certain areas, which was a nice addition. There's also other areas outside of the pizzeria, like the Afton house, which actually leads to the Sister Location bunker. Speaking of which, something happened in this bunker that genuinely scared me. Okay, so in the breaker room, I found a hand unit on the floor. I changed to a night guard in order to use it, and when I did, the breaker room minigame from Sister Location began. I did not expect a random horror section in this game, and I was actually kind of scared when this happened. Anyways, the minigame was fun. It's one of the few parts of Sister Location I actually like. I also did the Ballora gallery minigame on accident, and it actually has an option to have a warning sign show up when Ballora's music is playing, and I think that it's really cool that it's there, since I usually like to have visual indicators like closed captions or something when I'm playing a game or watching a movie. I enjoyed Fredbear's Mega Roleplay a lot more than I thought I would, and the horror segment actually took me off guard. Speaking of horror, well, I guess time to talk about a horror game in a FNAF video. FNAF 2 is probably my favorite of the original 3 games. It's fun and chaotic, though Nights 5 and 6 are pretty unfair and luck-based. And honestly, I think that FNAF 2 Reimagined is better than the original game. FNAF 2 Reimagined is exactly what it sounds like. It's a remake of FNAF 2. But the mechanics of this remake are slightly different. Toy Chica, Bonnie, and Mangle work the same as they do in the original game. Pretty much every other animatronic has something different about them. The puppet and Balloon Boy have been removed in the remake, and honestly, I like this change. Balloon Boy is really annoying, and the puppet was a pretty lazy way to force you to use the cameras. In this remake, Withered Foxy replaces the puppet, as not only do you have to use your flashlight on him in the hallway like in the original game, but you also have to find him on the cams and use a flash beacon on him before he jump scares you. Withered Bonnie and Chica work kind of like in the original, but you have to shine your flashlight on them instead of using your mask. And Withered Freddy slowly makes his way to your office, and you have to use your flash beacon to get him to move away. I'm not sure if the gamer is in this game. I stopped playing at night 4 due to my skill issue, but I don't know, he could be at night 5. Speaking of which, night 4 is when FNAF 2's unfairness kind of comes in this game. It's not as bad as the original since there's less animatronics, but things like having Withered Bonnie and Toy Chica in one vent while Withered Chica's in the other vent and Mangle's coming do happen. Also, I was aiming at Withered Bonnie's vent like a second before he jump scared me. That was not fair. Not only that, but Withered Chica's a despicable little scoundrel in this game. One time she showed up and I shined a flashlight on her, but she still jump scared me, which was very rude. I probably just shined it too late, but like, she just showed up a second ago. Cameras can go out in this game, and if they do, you have to go to the fuse box and turn them on, but it takes like 5 seconds, and I only had to use the fuse box like once or twice, so it's not really that important. The game looks pretty good. It looks nothing like Roblox, and the animations are really good as well. I like the jump scares and how Toy Chica reaches for your face before realizing that you look like Freddy Fazbear and not a security guard. I wish this game had closed captions for the phone calls. I find it weird that they're not in the game since they're in the original, and there's a visual indicator for whenever an animatronic is entering your office, so I'm not sure why the developer just didn't add closed captions. FNAF 2 Reimagined is the best game I played in this video. It's very good. In conclusion, this was probably the first Roblox video I've made where I actually liked all the games. I mean, you know, Find FNAF Movie 1 to 9 Morphs wasn't exactly good, but the models were really funny. Honestly, I have no idea how to end this video, so now if you'll excuse me, I need to go get the Grimace Morph and Find FNAF Movie 1 to 9 Morphs. Bye, I guess.